I am flying off to Washington, D.C. to receive the highly coveted Blue Ribbon Award for Excellence in Education on behalf of the San Diego Hebrew Day School. I can't help but wonder what in the world is this kid from Newark, New Jersey doing representing an Orthodox day school in the Oval Office. After all, I wasn't raised as an Orthodox Jew, and I never even thought about becoming an Orthodox Jew as a youngster. If someone would have said that I would send my children to a private school, a Jewish private school, an Orthodox day school, and that I would be the president of that school meeting with the President of the United States, well, I would have told them they'd need a shrink. But things change, I guess, as you can see from this footage dating back to 1985.
I feel very positively about the school. We know that the orientation of the school is Orthodox and we're conservative. But one thing I really appreciate about the school is that when things are presented to our children, nothing is done judgmentally, and they're getting a wonderful education, a very full, warm, loving education, and yet there's no judgment placed on what is done at school compared with what we do at home. We don't feel a conflict at all, and I'm very grateful for that, and to the school and the administration for setting that tone.
July 24th, 1962. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Herlick, you know how strongly I feel about the need for such a day school in San Diego. You also know that unless it is approached energetically and not postponed, you never know whether it would have a chance of becoming more than just nice plans and beautiful dreams. It goes without saying that if there is anything I can do in helping, guiding, encouraging, attending meetings, etc., I am ready at any time. July 24th, 1962. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Jaffe, immediate action is the only way to get the thing going. I am sure that you will immediately activate all people concerned. Please dig out several ladies or prospective parents who would be interested. Set up a meeting for me as soon as possible, and let us hope for the help of the Almighty. March 1971, the dedication of our home in National City. Shown at left, Dr. Bernard Cunin. And this was the invitation to our first annual banquet, Sunday evening, May 24th, 1964. The donation then was $3 a person. It was held at the Beth Jacob Auditorium on 30th Street.
Mazel tov.
Oh, boy, everybody's turned fame and fortune away from you. Hello.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov to you. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov to you. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Wonderful to be here.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Excellent.
When it comes to education, some San Diego County schools can give themselves a pat on the back. 3 schools are getting national attention. Phoebe Chongchua visited one to see why.
Is Rosh Hashanah
For what? Who remembers?
There are schools that can boast about being good, and then there are schools that have proof. San Diego Hebrew Day School is one. The private school is being honored by the U.S. Department of Education with the Blue Ribbon Award.
We're very excited. We're excited because it will convey to the community at large what really goes on in this school, which is exemplary education. Our focus is on the classrooms day in and day out, on kids being happy, learning more about themselves, learning more about the world around them, learning about their tradition as young Jewish people.
Only 2 other public schools in the county are also getting national attention: Glenn E. Murdoch School in La Mesa and Chaparral School in Poway.
And this proves to be a particularly big honor because only a small 20% of the 228 schools recognized nationwide are private.
Let me just finish.
And the kids, well, they share the pride the headmaster feels too.
I think it's excellent because of the teachers and what they teach us and a lot of things.
What do they teach you?
Hebrew and science and English and math, lots of things. Can't name them all.
Now that this school is an official Blue Ribbon winner, I thought it'd be appropriate to ask the headmaster what other schools can do to get the same recognition.
Number one, allow values to become part of your program. Make this school a values-laden environment for children. And number two, give teachers the freedom to really teach, to be excited about their jobs, to feel a commitment when they come into their classrooms that they're teaching a program that they personally believe in and that they've had a hand in shaping and developing.
All the schools will be honored at a special ceremony in Washington in March, at that time by President Bill Clinton. Phoebe Chongchua, 10 News, San Carlos.
Being here and also congratulations on the award, and also congratulations on the 30th anniversary of the Hebrew Day School. It's an exciting milestone for all of us who are Jews in San Diego. As a product of a Hebrew Day School, and my brother is a product of a Hebrew Day School, it is probably the singular most important part of my background other than family, and so I congratulate you and to all the students and the parents and the teachers. Mazel tov.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Here we are talking about Hebrew Day School and its wonderful award. This is a Blue Ribbon School in America. Standing in front of the U.S. Capitol, and what do you have to say about this?
How proud we are to be here, and feel that educating kids has got to be the most important thing going on in America today in terms of planning for the future.
Well, Rabbi Weiser, thank you very much. Thanks for coming around, and you know, I've learned a lot today just talking to you. We've had a spirited discussion about schools and values and how we get more involved by parents. And I've learned a little bit as a congressman. Plus, we had some good debates on the Desert Bill and other things like that. So we had a little mini forum today. Thank you.
And ours really is a school where people pull together very, very tightly with a specific purpose in mind, and that is giving our kids values, giving our kids a chance, an opportunity to really become what they can and to know how to use it in the best way for the country and for themselves too.
Thank you for being here and for all of the work that's gone into making this school an exemplary school. And I look forward to visiting.
Great.
And how come you're taller than me?
What brings us here is the quality of learning and the commitment that each of us at the school possess toward passing on to our children and to generations to come the heritage that is ours. And in that sense, we're very, very, very proud to be here standing on the White House lawn and knowing that even in a setting such as this, with all that America represents, we can effectively pass the Torah on and pass our tradition forward to generations to come.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here at the White House on behalf of the San Diego Hebrew Day School. We all have a great deal to be very, very proud of. I want to congratulate all the students and the teachers and the faculty, and thank all the parents and the people who have supported the day school. This is really a major achievement and accomplishment, something that we share with all of you. We wish that all of you could be here, perhaps next year. In the meantime, thank you very much. I think we're about to hear the President of the United States.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States and the Secretary of Education, Richard W. Riley.
Representing what is best in American education in public and private schools and urban and suburban and rural schools. You all share some common features with all your differences: visionary leadership, a sense of shared purpose, a climate conducive to learning, impressive academic achievement brought on not only by gifted teachers but also by responsible and open student behavior, and real involvement of parents and often the broader community in the life of the school. 100 years ago, the key to a strong economy was our raw material base. 50 years ago, it was mass production. Now it is clearly the trained human mind. We live in a world where the average person will change work 7 or 8 times in a lifetime, when the volume of knowledge is doubling every few years, when people in Silicon Valley making new computers and new computer programs tell me their average product life is now down to 18 months. Clearly, the reasoning, creative, facile, but also deep mind is key to the future of the United States. We also live in a time when hardly anybody can get and keep a decent job without more education than too many of our people lack today. If we could multiply the great schools here represented on this lawn all across the country, we could really revolutionize education in America. I must tell you that the most challenging, give yourselves a hand, that's a good idea. There are people succeeding against all the odds and producing magnificent results in extremely difficult circumstances. There are schools producing world-class results by any rigorous measure. The problem with American education is that we have never found an effective way to help replicate success, partly because the magic of education is always what happens in the individual classroom between the teacher and the student, supported by the parents, strengthened by the culture of a school that is set overwhelmingly by a gifted principal. I know that, but there have to be ways to recognize the plain fact that notwithstanding the funding problems, notwithstanding the inequalities, notwithstanding all the problems in American education, you can find virtually every problem in our country solved by somebody somewhere in an astonishingly effective fashion.
I want
want to congratulate the San Diego Hebrew Day School on your fundraising day. That's what I'm trying to do up here. And I'm sure you'll do better. Thank you. Hi. 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 Thank you. Give it to the guy behind me.
San Diego Hebrew Day School, San Diego.